Hello guys, this is BelisarAUT with another online battle, and this time I'm playing as the Franks against my opponent Duke Valentino, who is commanding the Eastern Romans. Now, the Eastern Romans at the moment are one of the stronger factions, but the main reason for that is because they have access to the Cavalry, which is an extremely cost-effective melee cavalry unit which is capable of destroying both infantry and cavalry. But my opponent did me a favor in bringing not one of these.
There's enough killing today.
He has a more balanced army consisting of 6 Eastern Armored Legio with double silver chevrons, 4 armored Sagittarii, 4 Cataphracti, 1 Magister Militium for his general, and 2 horse archers. Equites Sagittarii, if I pronounce him like that, I don't know. My own army, as the Franks, consists of 6 sword heerben, which are lightly armored but highly damaging sword infantry who are also throwing axes, I think. I have 4 cheap Germanic bows, which are just there for this attraction. And then I have 7 Germanic horsemen, which are a very cost-effective melee cavalry unit. These guys are really great. I have a Frankish general for my general, and 1 Sacra Francisca as well as shock cavalry, as hammer, as hammer. The Franks are also a pretty solid faction. They have tough infantry and also good heavy cavalry. I think the most cost-effective cavalry unit they have are these Germanic horsemen. They have a high bonus against cavalry and are pretty cheap. Now my main goal will be obviously to just pin down the enemy infantry with my own one, and then make rear charges with my superior number of cavalry. But the opponent's infantry is way stronger than mine, especially because it is upgraded, and so I really have to be fast in damaging the enemy infantry with my cavalry, or my infantry line will surely rout. Now let's make it faster. The skirmishing is not very important. Yeah, and my opponent here makes a pretty big mistake. He accepts willingly to let my cav charging his infantry, which you cannot do. Cavalry charges are extremely strong against sword infantry. And you will see how these cheap horsemen will damage these rather expensive infantry. Meanwhile, my opponent is swinging his Cataphracti around the flanks, while I swing my Sacra Francisca and my general around the flanks. I pull my horsemen out, and you see I've already killed like a third of the enemy infantry, and while losing not much horsemen. Yeah, I entangle his Cataphracti. He does not get a charge off, which is very a bad mistake, because these Cataphracti are only good when they get a charge. Now I have another melee cavalry unit free and can easily swing around the flanks and entangle his cavalry force. My sword infantry, meanwhile, is demolishing his legionaries, obviously because the legionaries are weakened. Then I just swing my other cavalry around and surround him, while I switch my Germanic bows to flaming shot to take on his Magister Militium. And you see his infantry line is already completely stumbling.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Yeah, you just cannot let your infantry get charged by cavalry. That's just a big mistake. All these horse archers are virtually useless. He does not kite with them, he just lets me to melee with him. And you see basically every flank is routing, the center is crumbling. Now, I think you pretty much see here that that going heavy on melee cavalry is pretty much the best way to win. Infantry is really only there for
The
holding.
tide of battle turns in our favor.
Archers sadly are quite useless at the moment. They do way too less damage for what they cost.
The men are broken and are fleeing.
These Germanic bows are actually okay, they just cost 130. They are great for distracting. But all the other archer units that cost more than 200 are definitely not worth the money. These Roman archers here, these armored Sagittarii are way too expensive.
All right, kill.
Yeah, that pretty much was it, actually. It was a really quick fight. Yeah, let's end it. You see my Germanic horsemen did definitely the most part. Most work. While my sword bands also did a decent job. They're really great at killing with their throwing axes and the high melee damage. But if I would not have weakened his legio before engaging, they would have lost. They are not really good in the drawn-out combat. Actually, I think they're even a bit too expensive for what they do. This sword band. They are not very reliable. His cataphracti were completely useless because he did not get off the proper charges. These shock cavalry units are actually pretty strong. If they get a good charge off, they can definitely hold their own against the Germanic horsemen, and they're even cheaper. The armored horse archers and the armored archers, they are just not worth the money. He definitely should have skipped those in favor to get some tagmatos or more cavalry. His legio just got wrecked. Just wrecked by the cavalry. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned in for the next time.